Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Kingdom Homestead. So today I'm going to be planting I'm not going to be planting anything. I got some seeds in the mail, and they are a type of papaya that I bought last year that I did get to sprout and grow, and unfortunately the freeze took them. It's called, so in my brain I'm thinking Walamino. I know it's not Walamino. I will leave a link down below. I found them on Amazon. They did really well last year, other than the fact that the freeze came, and just from being busy and not paying attention to what was going on in the nursery, unfortunately they died with the freeze. So I was looking for a way to restart these. I don't have any small pots right now, like the Bootstrap Farmer ones. I don't have those right now. So my daughter found these. We probably got these from Walmart or somewhere where we just bought a whole flat. Maybe Ace, I'm not sure. And then I've got these that they're quite flimsy, like almost like paper, but they fit perfectly inside of this. And underneath it, I have a tray. Clearly not a good tray because I just heard a crack. So these aren't like Bootstrap Farmer trays or anything. This just looks to be like, let's see, what does it say? It says Flower Station. I'm not really sure where these are from. Could be Amazon. They're definitely not Walmart, because Walmart's even cheaper. This one right here, this is a Walmart one. Anywho's, so we're gonna go ahead and fill these up. By coincidence, I have enough to put the seeds in. I did not put the seeds in right away. I have the seeds soaking in water. I'm gonna do that overnight just to kind of get that seed that's been dried for I don't know how long to just get rehydrated and get ready to be planted. I'll leave a link down below for these little pots too. They're really good in a pinch. Also, if you sell things in the market and such, they kind of, they look professional, but they're cheap enough that literally it's okay that they went with the plants, So here's one little tray, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The seeds came with 10 and I bought 2. I'm just kind of hoping that I'm attentive this year and that I concentrate on what needs to be concentrated on, especially on the farm and in the garden. I think these pots were, I don't remember, but I'm gonna assume, if I'm correct, they were like maybe $100 for $9.99. It may have even been more pots for maybe like 15. I'm not sure. I'll leave a link though. I'll figure out if they were or not. So here's my second little tray, and I made sure to actually my daughter made sure to get something that was deep, so that when I do water these, right, we have enough of a water reservoir on the bottom so that these the soil doesn't dry out. Because honestly, there are numerous ways for you to kill your seed starts, and overwatering is one of them and underwatering is another. This is a microgreen one from Bootstrap Farmer, and this thing is solid, super solid. Actually, I wish I could wear it as a hat, because the sun right now is like, sun is killer. It's probably about 3:15, maybe 3:20, and the sun right now is at its highest here in Florida. Let me pause this and go ahead and fill these up. I decided to just take you with me. So right now this soil is super dry. What I would usually do is have this soaking in some water so that the soil does not become hydrophobic. But I've got one hand, and I'll just go ahead and film this, and then we'll fill it up after cleaning it up with some water. Make sure it's nicely hydrated. And this is where we're gonna put our seeds. Now, usually I don't put my seed starts into a pot this size. This is actually quite large for a seed start, but in this whole process of just moving things around and getting things while we're building out of the way, I don't know where half of my things are, to be honest. And at first I was upset, and now I'm just I'm done with it, because being upset isn't going to do anything. So I'm just grabbing what I have and what I got, and that's what we're going to use. And technically it's not a horrible idea, because it'll just stay longer in this pot, and once it gets a good root system, then I can put it into an even bigger pot, and God willing, plant some of these on the farm, hopefully half, and then the other half try to sell them here on the farm stand. It may sound like that's a lot, or maybe that's not a lot for some, but I need them. Now, if you have watched any of my videos before and know anything about me whatsoever, you will know that I hate papayas. They are my least favorite fruit in the whole world. Again, I haven't tried all the fruits, but I don't like it. I am Hispanic in origin, and it was one of the things that people would eat all the time. It was papaya salad, papaya with salt, papaya smoothies. And I'm really sorry, disclaimer coming forth, if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. Papayas, to me, they smell like a butt. I don't like them. They taste weird. I don't like the texture. With that being said, papayas are so good for you, and they're actually really good for the animals. So papayas are a natural dewormer, or I think their seeds are. I'm not so sure about if it's the papaya itself, but heck, it's good for them, right? So I'm growing papayas so that I could sell them. I'm growing papayas so that I can give them to all of the animals on the farm. And I'm growing papayas to sell the seed. And this variety that I bought is one of the only non-GMO varieties that I found out there. Papaya is one of those crops, not crops, but one of the most genetically modified seed out there. If you think about the majority of your papayas that you get in the store, they more than likely will come from Hawaii, and it will be a GMO crop. I personally don't want a GMO crop. I don't need anybody messing with my seeds and just kind of the way that God intended them to be. Now, that doesn't mean I'm against. Sorry, I had an interruption. But so not that I'm against hybrids, right? Because you could have two plants side by side and they create something better, stronger, or different. It'll never be the same thing again. So it's not that I'm against hybrids. I am against genetically modifying a seed, though, to withstand things like fungicides, herbicides, Roundup, things like that. But this seed is a type of papaya. I'll find the name and I'll link it down below to where you can find it as well. And I think it's going to be a good addition to the farm and to the health and all of that. And again, I kick myself for not paying close enough attention this past year. But that's okay. We mess up, we skin our knees, we just got to get up. You know what I mean? Rub the dirt off and try again until we get it right. So they're soaking right now in the house. I'll show you that in a minute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and water these and get them ready for planting tomorrow for sure. And I'll try to cover them so that they don't get dehydrated or picked off by anything. Let me show you the ones in the house. I'm just starting little by little because this soil don't work like that. Like, you can't just water it and think it's gonna go down. It actually will start to inflate. So what I'm going to do is actually add some to the bottom here. Should have done it here. So that it starts to absorb from the bottom. This one has a hole, so I gotta be careful. It may not go quite as high as I'd like. Go over it one more time, a little bit, so that it absorbs even more. Sorry, I'm so impatient. And here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. All right, so my little Alice just brought me some seeds. Here we go. These are the seeds. And this is the jar. Let me show you guys. Okay, I can't see. Like, I can't see Jack. So I'm hoping that I'm in the frame. So what I did was I got a mason jar, a little tiny one. I think this is a 4 ounce. And I just put the seeds in here. You can't see them right now. I'll try to take a closer up picture, but the seeds look like these little prickly things. And sometimes when you don't wash them well for storage, some people don't wash them, they just kind of dry them out. And this one looks like it was one of those. It has like a little film. And all I'm doing is I put them in some warm water and giving them a really kind of like a little good shake just to kind of stir that up a little bit and break that film. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a little squirt of hydrogen peroxide in the seeds, and that seems to help them to open up. Here are the packages. So they're from a company called, I think that's a K, Kivitor, The Future of Gardening, and it has 10 Wame Analo papaya seeds. So Wame Analo papaya seeds. And again, I got 2 of them. I didn't know what the germination rate was going to be also, because when I did them last year, the germination rate was not that great. So I mean, out of the 20, I'm hoping that at least half of them will come out. The soil is doing pretty good, actually. It already went all the way through from underneath on the top, and this will be good. Now this area where I'm sitting here, it's gonna be way too sunny. I mean, I have a shade cloth, actually. Let me show you. I'm going the opposite way. I got a shade cloth right there, and I forget the percentage of it or what it does. Man, is this 50% at least? I think it is. I gotta ask my husband. But even with this shade cloth on, it is very, very hot. I mean, it's better than being not under it, but it's still really, really hot. So I may have to move them just a little further seat back. One of my girls had made a mistake in that we left some pots. Let me show you. We left some pots down here on the floor so that they could get some seed starts in them. And this Florida sun is intense. Let me show you. The sun is just, it's too much. In a good way, but it's too much. These are the green stalks right now. a lot of things bolted right there. It's too hot to have some of these greens, to be honest. I've got some garlic shoots, I've got some onions, I've got strawberries, lots of different flowers. There's some carrots, look at these strawberry shoots. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. This is so cool. Each one of these, guys, each one is a strawberry plant. These were gifted to me by a very good friend here in the country. Got some wormwood. These are really beautiful flowers. I forget the name. And actually, this is hilarious. Look at this. There's a watermelon down there, just living his life. There was down here, there was some peppers. I harvested some peppers the other day. Got some yarrow. This is obviously some sort of salad green of some sort that I just planted and let it bloom. Actually, there was some peas. Where are the peas? Oh, check this out, guys. Oh, look at that beautiful sunflower. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That is beautiful. I'm gonna grab one. Let's get into the shade. Oh my goodness. It's still nice because it's breezy. Breezy but hot. So these peas are obviously not ready, but however, when you pick them off and they're young, they are delicious. Little snappies. Let's see if I could see them. They're still too small. They're still too small. Small, but they taste really good, actually. Man, that has so much flavor. I dropped one, but that has an enormous amount of flavor. I'm actually not surprised. They're really good. Well, that's all I got today. I'm doing these videos so that I can vlog them for my own memories and for my own encouragement, and maybe to help encourage someone else one day, you know. Maybe you already knew everything about papayas or GMO crops or whatever, and that's okay. I'm glad that I got out of a funk and did something that I needed to do to push me forward, and hopefully to push and propel someone else forward. So if anybody is in a funk right now, whether it's discouragement, tiredness, loneliness, physical pain, emotional pain, I just want to encourage you to, even when it's hard, to kind of just keep pushing. I was trying to talk to one of my girls today, actually the youngest one, the one that you saw in the video, and she was struggling with something, and the only analogy I could think of is when we are in the ocean and the waves are beating us, you know. They're coming at us and they're just knocking us over, they're tumbling us, you know, under the water, whatnot, and we want to get past that wave. Really, the only way to sometimes get over these waves is either, you know, we bounce real high, you know, and you try to go over that wave, you know, or you go under it until you get out the other side of the wave. And in this life, we're gonna have waves, we're gonna have troubles, right? The scriptures tell us that we will have troubles, but to take heart, because Christ has overcome all of these troubles. So he's with us, and he's literally just one word away, you know. I need you, Lord. I'm here. Well, I'm not here, he's here. But you know what I mean? We call him and he comes to us, and he is here with us, you know? If you're believers, and you know what that is. And if you're not, I implore you to read the Bible, and don't get so caught up in all these controversies right now about the word. Just get a simple English Standard Bible, like the English Standard Version, and start in the New Testament, you know, maybe the book of John or whatever, and just get to know him, because he sure as heck wants to get to know you. And I give all of my everything that kind of all of my pluses, you know, I give all to glory to him, because he's the one that got me through all the messes, you know. And right now in my life, I feel like I'm in a weird season where there's blessings left and right, and yet I don't feel good. I don't feel better, you know. Turn around. But I am getting there. Or not but however, I am getting better, and I am trying, and I am pushing through, and I do that with his help. Doctor! Hi. You're okay. Anyways, that was a little bit of a chatting on. Either way, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you are planting something, that you're getting your hands very dirty in the soil. It's good for you. And even if you grow one little thing, congratulations. You know, that's a blessing. All right, enough of that. Grow some papayas. Do any of you guys like papayas? I know I've asked that before, but I hate them. They're gross. But maybe you love them. Tell me some recipes that maybe you guys use. Maybe I'll like it in something mixed up with something else. All right, God bless you, and goodbye. Bye. I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I've overcome the world. John 16:33.